In the last 2 weeks, we've seen two of the most alarming events in recent times concerning our environment come to the forefront of discussion in an international setting. Hopefully it's not news to many, but as you hear this, the Amazon rainforest is experiencing the most brutal forest fires we've ever seen, while in Greenland, 1,000-year-old ice sheets are seeing a rapid increase in melting at a much higher rate than scientists say is safe. With this in mind, it begs the question which has ultimately been at the heart of debates about global warming, resource conservation, and international environmentalism, which is quite simply, when will we learn? It is clear in the minds of scientists worldwide that the road human beings have been on is a dangerous and slippery slope, which will inevitably lead to the collapse of our global ecosystem. We've already seen these effects start to take form as bee populations decline, coral reefs continue bleaching, microplastics swamp our oceans, and carbon emissions cloud our skies. It's easy to see that we are already doing irreversible damage to the planet, and we continue to make it worse, day after day, month after month, year after year. With the recent forest fires in the Amazon, it is easy to see where the blame lies. It falls directly onto the infamous and notoriously ignorant Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro. As he continues to bolster false claims about the culpability of NGOs for the fires, so does the Amazon rainforest continue to burn, with no immediate action being planned to halt the inevitable spread of these forest fires. As of today, over 73,000 fires have ravaged the rainforest in 2019, an 80% increase since 2018. At this rate, thousands of square kilometers of the Amazon have already been lost, and thousands more will continue to be burned to soot. Even if we can manage to stop all these fires by tomorrow, the damage that has been done is irreversible. It only takes seconds to see for yourself the effects this is having, as inhabitants of Sao Paulo share horrifying images of the sky turned black from the immense forest burning thousands of kilometers away. The Amazon rainforest acts as the largest oxygen-producing ecosystem in the world, producing 20% of the world's oxygen and often being called the Earth's lungs. Along with this, of the 10 million species of animals, plants, and insects estimated on the planet, more than half are found within our rainforest. The Amazon basin also holds 1/5 of the world's freshwater resources. To say the least, the Amazon rainforest does a lot for us. This is exactly why this horrible destruction of the environment is not just a political or ideological back and forth. It is doing direct damage to one of the most integral ecosystems not for just a few countries in South America, but for the entire world. We need to be taking more action, both we the people and we as human beings. It is not on any single organization or person to stop bad actors from doing this kind of damage. We must start rallying together as a single force, acting in pursuit of a cleaner and greener planet. This is what brings me to the equally alarming situation which is occurring in Greenland. Right now, as the Amazon is ramping up to become a burning, hellish, dilapidated shell of its former glory, on the flip side is the ice sheets in Greenland, which as they rapidly melt spell out a very cold, wet, and depressing future for the human race. The blame is not as easy to throw around here. Nowadays, everyone should be familiar with just how much ice is melting around the world. The thing with many of the countries in the Arctic Circle is that this ice is also integral to the cooling of the planet and the ocean sea level. It is projected that if the ice sheets continue to melt at their current rate, it could add at least 4 feet to the sea level by 2050. The worst part about melting ice is that the more ice that is melted around the world, the hotter the planet gets, which results in more ice melting. This is because the majority of the ice in the Arctic Circle serves as a cooling system for the Earth. As much of the sun's heat is reflected away from the planet off of the white ice, without the ice there is nothing to reflect the heat. The Earth will slowly warm, which contributes to more melting, which contributes to more warming. It is quite literally a death spiral in which the only end result could be the melting of ice caps and sheets beyond the point of recovery. For some scientists, they see the melting occurring in Greenland as already at that point, calling the melting the literal end of the planet. With both the Amazon rainforest and the ice sheets in Greenland, the horrific prediction is eventual death from a collapse of the environment, which doesn't sound super fun to me. Which is why I'm finally putting my voice to good use and making an effort to do what I can to educate, inform, and involve people so that they may find a solution to this awful situation. What I want my final point to be when people watch this is not that we're doomed, not that there's no hope. I don't want you to give up, to think that the fight is lost, and that the collapse of our environment and planet is indefinite. What I want it to be instead is that we can do it, but we need to put in the work. Listen guys, I'll be serious here. If we don't smarten up, we're all dead. But isn't that maybe the truest reality of the human condition? Thousands of years ago, we sat on our bare asses in dirt as we picked each other's noses and fought for survival. But then we built tribes, and then we built community. Then came the ingenuity of fire, weapons, hunting, trapping, And as we went on, came the invention of agriculture, architecture, culture, tradition. But we weren't done yet. It would take us a while, but nonetheless we would discover medicine, advancements in mathematics, what we would come to call science. We built extravagant monuments that touched the sky like the pyramids of Giza. We've terraformed entire continents into bustling cities connected by highways and trains. And if that wasn't enough for you, we got bored with being down here on the ground and built means to take to the skies, airplanes and helicopters and hang gliders. That still wasn't enough, so we went further. We kept getting smarter and we wanted to study space, the stars and the planets, faraway cosmic bodies that would spark a new type of marvel in the universe. This same fascination with the cosmos drove us to go there for ourselves, and so we built satellites and probes, and eventually the spaceship. We left our planet and planted our flag on a chunk of space rock so far away from Earth most of us can't even truly grasp how crazy it all really is. And then we died of global warming? No, that doesn't sound right at all. We're all human beings, guys. These imaginative, creative, and genius inventions were made by our progenitors. We are of the same blood and ilk. We are the only living things on the planet that can go beyond the natural world and invent what could never be possible biologically. For fuck's sakes, we took a Tesla and we shot it up to space for some fun on a Friday. There's nothing that we can't do. There's no problem that we can't solve. But we have to try. We have to fight. We have to invent and survive and revolutionize how we protect the environment. The only thing that is stopping us is ourselves. In current times, we've already made great leaps in finding possible solutions to some of the biggest issues, such as oil and gas-eating microbes, coral reproductive strategies which could reignite bleached reefs, and plastic-eating funguses that could solve our global epidemic. I've already really spent enough time, so I'll stop there, but I'll definitely want to cover these in depth soon. With all that said, remember that there's still a chance that we can come out of this on top. You just gotta remember how far we've already come.